What's up, my crew members? My name is Andrew from the Superhero Crew, and the comic book reviews were on a little hiatus, but don't worry, they're coming back strong with Ghost Spider #1. I'm super hyped for this book. But before I continue into this video, if this is your first time here, why don't you consider subscribing to the channel for more videos like this, also the LEGO videos that we have on the channel, and also the Superhero Crew podcast, which comes out every week. So check out the one from this week where we talked about a bunch of different news, Absolute Carnage, all that X-Men relaunch stuff. So go check out that episode of the Superhero Crew podcast. It's a fun listen, so go check it out. But yeah, so Ghost Spider #1, it finally came out, and what I think of it, God damn it! Are you kidding me? This was disappointing. I'm so mad about this. If you don't know, Spider-Gwen is my favorite character of all time. I love her series so much, and this was so disappointing. You want to know why? I'll tell you why. So what happened in this book? Well, that's the problem, because nothing really happened. It was kind of like issue 10. If they just went to issue 11, they could have started a new arc. But no, they just went to issue 1. And why would you go to an issue 1? This is not a good place for somebody to jump on reading Spider-Gwen. This really is a terrible, terrible, terrible place. Even Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider #1. It's a terrible place to start reading. The only really good place to start reading is the old Spider-Gwen series that went on for 30 issues, and you're forgetting about Volume 0 as well. That's the one problem I have about this character, is that so far they haven't really done anything to just, you know, not reboot, but if they want to do another #1, then you gotta do something that appeals to new readers if you want to read Spider-Gwen. So this is written by Shauna McGuire and art by Takeshi Miyazawa. And I'm not gonna lie, the art's actually not that bad. I do like the old Spider-Gwen art from the original series because I thought it was more, it fit, I guess, the tone of the story. I thought it was better. But we do flip back from Earth 616 and Earth 65, you know, Gwen's home Earth. And she's basically telling the Mary Janes that she wants to go to college on Earth 616 because she has a secret identity there, and she's only known as the Ghost Spider on Earth 616, because if you don't know, on Gwen's home Earth, everybody knows who she is. She goes through a portal to Earth 616, meets up with Peter Parker at Empire State University, and they sit down with the dean, and basically the dean is like, oh yeah, you're from another dimension? Alright, we got you, you're enrolled, because they apparently have a scholarship that Tony Stark made, which I thought actually was pretty interesting, that, like, you know, if superheroes existed, and we knew about alternate dimensions and, like, aliens and stuff, and, you know, aliens and alternate dimensional people would come and want to enroll in college in our Earth, how would that work? Well, in this, there's a whole scholarship system that Tony Stark made, where if you are like that, like Gwen is from another Earth, then she gets a scholarship, or basically goes to the school for free, which is pretty interesting, and I do like that. We do cut back to Earth 65, and we see that Captain Stacy is back from the hospital, because there's a whole thing with him in the hospital. He's like, I can't eat cake, I don't want to party or anything because I'm back, I can't eat cake, I don't want to have another heart attack, and this and that, and they end up trying to throw him a surprise party, and he gets kind of upset about it. Then J. Jonah Jameson comes in, and he's like, I want you to free my son, because you put him in prison, and he doesn't know what he's doing because he's a werewolf. He's not a werewolf, but he is a werewolf. And Captain Stacy's like, what? Then Spider-Man and Ghost Spider swing through the city and fight a giant rat for some reason that's attacking some woman and her son, and they web the spider up, and she's like, the woman's like, oh, well, you know, you have that suit, who are you? And she's like, oh, I'm Ghost Spider. See, my suit is actually made of spiders, but, you know, it's the symbiote. Now, we've had this whole situation about why Gwen's symbiote, the suit, is acting up. It's acting up, it's being very weird, and we're trying to figure out what the reason is. And she's trying to go to, you know, look for Eddie Brock in our universe to basically figure out what's wrong with her symbiote, and it's giving her headaches, it's screwing up, it's doing these things. Why? And I thought, oh, it'd be an interesting, like, you know, Venom arc. We might get like an Earth 65 Spider-Gwen version of Venom. No. Instead, Peter researched a part of the symbiote, and she just needs to eat more. that was the solution to the entire problem. That Gwen is not eating enough and she needs to eat more. If this problem was not established for the last 10 goddamn issues, I'd be fine. But we've established this as a problem with the symbiote, and the big reveal is that she needs to eat more. You have got to be kidding me. Don't get me wrong, that's a pretty good idea. But that's it? That's why this whole thing has happened for the last 10 issues? Are you kidding me? If we establish this maybe on issue 10, like only on issue 10, that where she started getting headaches, oh, I don't know what's going on. And then the next issue, Peter's like, oh no, you just have to eat more. I wouldn't be as mad. But because we talked about this and they've been making this problem a big deal, oh, she's had to go to another universe to look for Eddie Brock, and oh no, she's looking for Elsa Brock in Earth 65. They made it a big deal. And she just needs to eat more. That's it. So basically, she has to eat more to not only feed herself, but also the symbiote. It's a good idea, but like I said, we've been dealing with this for a while. It's kind of annoying. So basically, she goes to the dean and is like, here's the paperwork. We're all done. You know, she's enrolled into Empire State. Gwen leaves. She leaves and she runs out of Empire State University. It looks like she bumps into Miles Warren, the Jackal, the greatest Spider-Man villain of all time. Then we cut to Earth 65, home of another Miles Warren, and he says, I'll have you, you may have stopped the Man-Wolf, but I'll stop you, and when you belong to the Jackal, things will be different around here, as you can see. What? Are we really getting a Spider-Gwen clone saga? Is that really what we're doing here? Enough with the clones! Enough! Why do they keep doing this? This is what I was worried about. I was worried that they were gonna do something like this. Why? Why? Now, I do think that it would be kind of interesting for, like, this Miles Warren of Earth 616 to be like, oh my god, is that Gwen? That looks exactly like Gwen. Because, if you don't know, in the original Clone Saga from the 70s, the kind of good one, the Jackal clone Gwen and Peter, he wanted to beat up Peter because he had a crush on Gwen. It's weird, yeah, I know, this 50-year-old professor had a thing for this college student. It's weird, and he cloned her to, you know, do things with her, but why are we getting another Clone Saga? Why are we doing this? And like I said, it would be kind of cool to see Jackal be like, oh, it's Gwen, it's my Gwen, I thought she's dead. We're not, I don't know, I'm speechless. That's all I can say, is that I'm speechless. This book was so disappointing. I'm so disappointed with this book. Ever since Sean McGuire picked up the book, it's been going downhill. It really has. Issue 9 of Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider was very disappointing because we've been building up the Man-Wolf in that universe as like a big deal, and then she just defeats him in 2 pages. There's not even that big of a thing or a reveal or anything. Then issue 10, it's just like a preview for this, and also to make it even worse, they're not going to issue 11, they went back to an issue 1. The problem with doing a number 1 with Spider-Gwen is that you'd have to do like the last 10 issues of Spider-Gwen. I think that it would have been cool for Spider-Gwen to just be like, listen, my identity is known in Earth 65 because of a situation with whatever, so now I'm going to Earth 616. That's it. But we're still flipping back and forth between Earth 65 and Earth 616. And people that read this for the first time might be wondering, why is there a celebration for Captain Stacy? Captain Stacy's alive in this universe? Like, some people might not know. That's why doing an issue number 1 really isn't that good for people that want to read Spider-Gwen. That's really the main thing that pisses me off. And I know I'm getting really mad in this video, but I really like this character. She's my favorite comic book character. And they're really doing this. But like I said, it's just, this book was so disappointing. If you read Ghost Spider #1, let me know down in the comments below, because I want to know what you think about this book, because it's just so disappointing. It really is. I'm so disappointed about this book. It could have been a lot better. They could have done a whole different thing with it. I don't know. I have nothing more to say. I don't know. Like the video, subscribe, do whatever you want. I'm done. This really got me mad. So, I'll see you in the next one.